Hey guys, I'm Jake Corson. Welcome back to Dirt Road Barbecue for another fun episode. Guys, there's been a lot of talk the last couple weeks about what pregnant women shouldn't do. I think the grand scheme of things here is maybe we should all just do our own research and be a little bit more careful. I mean, look at my generation's parents. They were smoking Marlboro Lights when they were pregnant, and now half of you guys are out there pissing in litter boxes and identifying as Beyblades. So, just think about it. Anyhow, this week we're making my infamous over-the-top chili. Infamous not because it doesn't taste good. Infamous because one time I gave a whole group of hunters the shits before pushing deer when I fed it to them in the morning. So, there's that. But we're going to go ahead and make it. So, let's go. Hey guys, here we are. First things first, we went and sauteed, browned up some one jalapeno and one onion. If you like it a little bit more hot, add an extra jalapeno. If you like more onion, add another onion. It doesn't really, there's no rules here. Everything goes. So, here we go. We've got a pound of ground beef, about 1.25 pounds of ground sausage, pork sausage. And we are going to mix all that together. Kind of a funny story, actually, that whole hunting story about... So I made this over-the-top chili. I actually made it with some venison meat that time. I'm not making this with venison meat because I'd like for my wife to actually eat some of this. So I made it with venison, and I made it the day before and ate it. I had a bunch of leftovers. And me and all my buddies were going pushing for deer that next day. So they come over to my house in the morning to meet up and have coffee, and I had this leftover. I said, "You guys want some chili for breakfast?" Nothing wrong with chili for breakfast. So we all busted out this chili and ate it, and we get down to the woods, and we get set up. We've got our watchers and we've got our pushers, and I'm a sitter, and so I get set up and everything, and I call my one buddy, and I'm like, "Hey, are you guys set up down there? Are you ready, And he goes, "Well, I'm leaning up against a tree taking a shit right now. That chili hit me, and I didn't make it even to where I'm starting to push at." I'm like, "Okay." So I call my brother, and I'm like, "Hey, Eli's taking a shit from that chili." My brother goes, "I'm doing the same thing." So that was all in good fun. But anyhow, we've got this grated rack. We're gonna set this little meatloaf we made on, and we're gonna go ahead and wipe my hands off. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to rub the outside of it with Fire and Smoke Society's Thundering Longhorn, the brisket and burger rub. We're going to coat this whole outside with this stuff. So how's everybody's week going? I mean, I know it's the weekend now, but how did your week go? Mine went good, busy, fast, went by fast. I like being busy during the week because it makes it go faster. Helps us get to this point during the weekend faster when you're busy. But we're just, being generous with this rub on the outside. I'm gonna put a lot of rub on this because this is our seasoning for inside the chili. You know what I mean? Like when we get this meat into the chili, this outside bark on this meatloaf is gonna flavor up our chili accordingly. If that makes any sense, or if I'm just rambling, I guess it really doesn't matter because I'm making the video one way or another this way. So just sit back, shut up, and watch this. So we've got it coated up pretty nice here, getting all of our edges. And that pork, the ground pork in here helps. It's sticky, and it helps that rub really stick to the outside like that. And, you know, you can make it with whatever meat you want to. You know, if you want to make it with venison, if you want to make it just with burger, if you want to make it with just pork, it really doesn't matter. You can't make a bad chili. I mean, I've had okay chilies. I don't know if I've ever had a bad chili. But so there's that, all ready to rip and tear. Set it over to the side here. And then bring our Dutch oven over here. And we're going in with, bear with me. Take the tops off of these lids, which I should have done before. We're going in with 2 cans of dark red kidney beans. 2 cans of those. Throw the whole can in there, I guess. 2 cans of those. 2 cans of light red kidney beans. And just adjust your recipe accordingly. I always make a ton of chili because I'll eat it all week. I don't care. I freaking love chili. So I always make a lot of it. Got 2 cans of diced tomatoes and green chilies. Going with those. A healthy helping of that. And then I just use pasta sauce in my chili. I'm gonna use a little bit of vodka sauce. And then the rest I'm just going in with a meat flavored pasta sauce. And then, I know you're gonna hate this, but I'm just gonna mix it in with my hands. Because I forgot to bring a spatula out here. I am unprepared, I guess. And just get everything well incorporated in there. Get the jalapenos and the onions all mixed into there. And I like to scrape, you know, after I brown those onions and jalapenos up, there's that nice little brown charring on the bottom of that Dutch oven. I like to just scrape it off, get it in there. That's a little bit of flavor that goes into that chili. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's gonna be wet in the beginning. I'm gonna make it really wet in the beginning because we've still got almost 2 pounds of meat to throw into this. And it's gonna thicken up as it cooks a little bit. So if this isn't professionalism right here, me just handling this stuff, I don't know what is. But we're just getting everything in there. Like I said, I want it wet, so I'm just gonna end up dumping this whole thing of pasta sauce in here. And I know everybody makes their chili different with different sauces and this and that, yada, yada, yada. This is easy. It's gonna make a banger chili, and it's not hard. It's not like you have to stay up all night doing all this shit. Just throw it together, and it's pretty much sit and wait after that. So we're going around here. We have this all mixed in real nice. Splatter shit everywhere. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this top rack, set it just like so, over the top chili. That's the idea. All those fat renderings and everything, the drippings off of that meatloaf are gonna drip right down in there. We're not gonna lose any of it. And it's gonna end up in that chili. It's gonna help our flavor. It's gonna put a nice meaty, you know, manly flavor into that chili. So not the manly kind of flavor I hope no one's thinking about. I don't want your chili to taste like that. That is not the objective. So guys, we've got this all put together here. Our chili's underneath, our loaf of goodness is on top. We're gonna throw this in the Traeger at 250 degrees. We're running Pit Boss competition blend pellets. And we're gonna just sink a couple of probes into this. Like so. And we're gonna throw this on the smoker. And really, probes for this, you know, are they necessary? If you know what you're doing, probably not so much, but it's a good good practice to keep. And we're looking for a bark on the outside of that, and it's probably gonna be like 190, 185, 180, something like that. We're going for that bark with. and we'll be back whenever we hit that point. Stick around, hang out. Okay guys, the time has come. The bark's right where we want it at. We're sitting at about 160, so I was way high on what I thought it was going to be. But anyhow, it's where we want it to be. I'll bring it right over and I'll show you what we're looking at. Looks beautiful. And this is what we're looking for with that lump of meat. Nice color on the outside, charred. 160's fine for pork and burger. So we're gonna mix this in, and it's gonna continue to cook with this chili. So the temp of that is gonna go up. So we're not worried about any of that. All right guys, so pretty simple here. We're gonna pull our probes out. Nice clean pull on those. Lets us know that that meat in there is done. Take our loaf, move our grate here, and then we're just gonna split this right in half. And as you can see, we got a nice smoke ring. Some of that meat in there, you know, isn't totally where I'd want it to be, cooking wise. But like I said, it's gonna cook down. It's gonna continue to come up in temp and finish off in this chili. So all we're doing is taking it and crumbling this all up. Okay guys, so we have our meat all crumbled up and we're ready to rock and roll here. I told you this is going to be a meaty chili, and we're going in with all of it. We're just tossing it in there. Get rid of that. Make this Dutch oven our sole focus. And then we are just mixing that beautiful pork and hamburger in with our chili there. And it looks like I nailed the amount of sauce that I added to this. You know, I'm pretty happy with the consistency of it. Now this is a thick chili. If you don't like it as thick, don't add as much meat. Make more, add some sauce, whatever you want to do. If this isn't your type of chili, a nice thick, chunky, not so watery chili, then you know, use your common sense. I know it's not so common anymore, but use your common sense and just add, you know, some sauce or subtract a little bit of pork and hamburger. So we've got this all nice and stirred up, and I'm just going to throw a lid on this Dutch oven because it's taken the amount of smoke that I want in it. The meat has absorbed all that smoke, and the chili without a lid on it has taken in all that smoke that we need from it. So I'm going to throw a lid on this Dutch oven, and it's going to go back in the smoker at 250 for probably another hour and a half to 2 hours. And we'll be back whenever we throw a cast iron skillet full of cornbread on there as well. So stop back on in. We're not done yet. All right, guys, it's cornbread time. Now look, I'm not making homemade, super duper fancy, freaking I'm a super chef cornbread. I'm using right out of the box because I want to show you guys stuff that you'll actually make, not stuff that you and your wife will be like, oh, we should make that sometime, and then you never make it. So easy, simple. A bag of cornmeal mix. And you know, this is always how I make cornbread. I don't get fancy with it. Boxed cornbread is delicious. And I'm sure somebody from the South is gonna hate that, or I don't know, whatever. That's fine. You can not like me. But a boxed cornbread mix. I'm out of butter, or not butter, I'm out of milk, of course. So I'm just adding extra butter. This calls for a 1/3 cup. I'm going for a whole cup. I don't care. It'll buff out, you know? So, cup of butter and an egg. And these are little eggs, so screw it. We'll put 2 in there. So there's that. We'll just mix it on up. It'll be plenty wet enough. Buttermilk all comes from a cow. It's the same thing, right? Close enough. So we're just whisking this up. Real nice here. Wait for the camera here. Just get a good forearm workout in here. Scrape all that flour off of the sides. Okay, now here's the real ticket to good cornbread: a well buttered cast iron skillet. Nothing crazy here. We're not reinventing the wheel. I have got myself at such a weird angle right now to get this in the camera. So there we are. Easy peasy. And then the secret. I don't think it's a secret. I think a lot of people know this. Tabs of butter. We want to keep this cornbread moist. That is the name of our game here. So, tab there. Tab there. Tab there. Might want to get the whole wrapper off of the butter. That might help. And there you go. That's our cornbread. Piece of cake. I'll even carry over here. Toss this cornbread right there. Move this Dutch oven over with our chili in it. 250 still on the Traeger. That's how you do smoked cornbread, the easy way. Guys, we are done here and we are ready to reveal this chili. We have our beautiful cornbread done. We've got the reveal of the chili. And here we are. Now tell me that doesn't kick total ass. I mean, look at this. That's that smell that smells like how your mom's hugs used to feel when you were a kid. That's what chili should taste, smell, and look like. I mean, this is Sunday afternoon football in the wintertime. I mean, this is everything that has ever been and everything that will be. So guys, I've had a lot of fun with you today. Chili is one of my favorite things to do. I know it doesn't get thought about a lot till it gets cold. It's getting chillier in the night times here, but I'm thinking about chili every day of the year. And I think you should be too. Not saying you have to make it every day, but every day, chunk out a little portion of your time to think about chili. It'll make you a better person. So, all that's left to do is right into this cornbread. Now look at this. It's not burnt, it's spongy. Let me figure out the right way to hold this. It's spongy, it's delicious. You know, that comes with time. I've burnt cornbread and I've made perfect cornbread. It's all trial and error. But this right here is what dreams are made of. Words escape my mouth all the time. But right now, I don't have any. That might surprise some of you, but that is just a thing of beauty. Brings a tear to my eye. Shit all over my gloves that I just wiped on my face. We're gonna go in for a bite. Try it out. Hold on. That is hot as hell. So, I dropped the bean. It's down through the porch. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. Guys, over the top chili has hardly failed me ever. It's the shit. You can do it. It's easy. I didn't show you anything here that's wild. You don't have to get a PhD to make this. That will do.